Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Well, my laptop is acting real funny today. I don't know what's going on, but we'll get through the live. Well, ICE agents have not been getting paid, and they've been airing out how they feel on Reddit. And, actually, I don't feel sorry for them. Donald Trump don't pay people. He got that reputation for not paying people, all right? And y'all are working for a 34 convicted felon. So he's going to say whatever he needs to say to you to get you out there doing that work. He doesn't care how long it takes to pay you. He doesn't value anybody but other millionaires and billionaires. If you're not that, he don't value you. He looks down on you. So apparently many of these ICE agents have been working for more than 4 weeks without pay. They have been working without their health insurance, and they are now complaining. Remember, they had that $50,000 sign up bonus, and even that is bogus. They really got screwed over taking this ICE job. But, you know, I literally, even after hearing all the stuff happening to them, I don't feel bad for them. I really don't. So that's on you. You have to understand Donald Trump don't see the urgency in paying you. And look how he did the National Guard. He screwed them over too. He screwed over the National Guard. But you think he won't screw over ICE? And look at the kind of stuff he was saying during the government shutdown. He felt that federal employees didn't deserve back pay. This is the kind of person you're working for. All right? He literally felt you should not get back pay. Although it is in their contract. Whenever the government shuts down, they get back pay. And then look at the other things he did during the government shutdown. He was firing people. And they said that's also against policy for him to fire people while there's a shutdown going on. He didn't care. He fired people anyway. If you go over on TikTok, people were getting notices in the mail saying that they were, laid off. So if he is screwing your ICE behinds over, oh well, you signed on the dotted line in order for you to be out on them streets. And part of that $50,000 signing bonus, it's broken down over a 5-year period. So they get 10,000 for the first year they work, 10,000 for the second, and so on and so forth. So for the next 5 years, they got to stick with ICE, whether they like it or not. And if they leave, they got to pay that money back to the government if they leave before 5 years, y'all. I mean, they really got a shady deal, but those are the kind of deals Donald Trump does when he is dealing with what he feels people beneath him. These are the kind of deals he do. So even the guys that built Trump Tower, they were Polish immigrants. He screwed them over too. They had to take Donald Trump to court in order to get their money. He didn't want to pay. You see how big Trump Tower is, right? They built Trump Tower, and when it was completed, he didn't want to give them nothing. They took Donald Trump to court in order to get paid. And even when they got money, he screwed them on the money. So they ended up getting far less than what he originally promised. So yeah, I mean, I would never do any deals with Donald Trump. I'm surprised people still want to work for this man. Seriously. Yeah, they sold their souls to the devil. Well, hell, they got to work for the devil now. They're going to have to stay on these streets and work for the devil for at least the next 5 years. They're under contract now. And they are complaining, y'all. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their mortgages. They can't pay their car notes. They are complaining about everything they can't pay. They can't get groceries for their families. They can't do nothing but rough people up on the streets. So, hey, it is what it is. Their asses are now on the line for the next 5 years. Oh, well, can't say I feel bad for you. That's why, although there are some in our community that's ICE, but I have to tell you, out of all the groups, we are definitely the fewest. But the Latinos and the white people, yeah, they are just all up in it. I wish none of our people were involved with ICE. I wish none of our people were in law enforcement in this country. It's not doing them any good being there. It's not like it's helping us. It's not. Oh, and I wanted to thank y'all. I did get some more donations. I'm literally just $1,500 away from goal on my Give Send Go. So thank you. Thank you. And I hope I can make that in the next couple of days, and that will be it. So, y'all, thank you a million times over. I pray the Most High will give it all back tenfold to you. So, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. And remember, there is a 30% off of Butters on TikTok, Etsy, and Shopify. So make sure you grab up those butters because I sure have plenty available right now. All right, let me share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Thank you, G. Bowman Jr., for your channel membership. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
What's going on? Lots. Many different flavors in the shit sandwiches today, but there's one in particular that I like to talk about because I mentioned this in the back, and it has to deal with ICE agents. What is it that they offered you? What was the carrot that they promised you to go out and hunt innocent people? Huh? For you to leave your job as a correctionals officer and become deputized, okay? So you can wear your mask and go and hunt these poor people who are not criminals, okay? And then you use your own personal vehicles, your ATM cards for gasoline and food, of which now you're realizing you're not being reimbursed. Your cars have been vandalized and your insurance company is not going to pay for it. Okay. You were promised $1,000, $15, $2,000, $3,000 bonuses, along with one of 50,000. Now you stop and wonder, $50,000? No, it was in the form of student loan forgiveness. And now you come to realize that shit ain't happening neither because you haven't been reimbursed. Okay. Thanksgiving and Christmas right around the corner. And now all of a sudden it dawned on you, I'm not going to get invited. AI has unmasked me on social media. And my friends, family, neighbors, now they know who the fuck I am. My wife is divorcing me. My children won't speak to me. My neighbors hate me. And I don't want no part of this. Now I'm quitting. That's what's going on right now. So you know what I got to say to you? Fuck you. Karma's coming your way, and I hope it bites your ass really hard.
The most pathetic part about all of this ICE business is that they themselves are getting conned by Donald Trump. Obviously, the biggest thing for them is to harness their racism and to be able to play out their violent fantasies. But the $50,000 signing bonus was a huge incentive for them, even though that's a strangely low amount of money to take for a lifetime in prison when this is all over. But Donald Trump has a history of never paying people that he owes money to, and this is no different than these stupid bumpkins. So the way this works out is they are required to sign a 5-year contract. And then they give them $10,000 of that sign up bonus just a few weeks or a couple months after they join. This is how they trap them in. But then the payout is usually $10,000 a year for every year that you're there, assuming you also remain under perfect job performance rating. But here's the big kicker. If you leave before your 5-year contract is up, you have to pay all of that money back. So these racists are all like, $50,000 to kick all these illegals out of the country, woohoo! And then, 8 months in, when they find out they are hated by absolutely everyone, including their own family and friends, they can't back out, because then they'll owe $10,000 back to the government. And you know they spent that the second they got it. And it's even worse if they stay longer. If they tough it out for 2-3 years, they got to pay back every cent that they ever got from that bonus. So it's kind of funny, isn't it, that these people are once again under Donald Trump getting roped into another Ponzi scheme. Or actually, the way I like to think of it, it's kind of like a student loan debt, because these ICE agents have only been doing this shit for a few months. Imagine what happens when they're told they're required to do it for 5 years. Constantly, every day being screamed at, shouted at, and told how much people hate you. I don't see many of them lasting that 5 years. And then if they are forced to bail, they are going to owe tens of thousands of dollars back to the DHS. Maybe that's something we should be saying to ICE agents on the street, reminding them that they got themselves into a lose-lose situation because the government that they promised would never tread on them played them for suckers.
So what I'm hearing, these fake agents, these fake ICE agents are working for the orange man for free. Because that's pretty much what it is. So what it is, they get a $50,000 bonus for signing up, but they only get 10,000 and they don't get the rest of it until they complete the assignment for 5 years. And if they don't complete the assignment or stay with this for the 5 years, they got to pay the government back. Yeah, he did say he likes the uneducated, right? I mean, who don't know that this man don't keep his word? So what if they stay the whole 5 years, do all of this crime, because that's what they're doing. They're unaliving people for absolutely no reason at all. But what if they do the whole 5 years and this man don't pay them? I mean, they just is, I'm not going to say it because then my post will get taken down. But then again, I'm thinking they really probably don't care. You know why? Because they're doing what they were born to do. That is unalive as many black and brown people as they can, be evil in this world. So they might, hey, this might what they want to do, whether they get the money or not. But I hope they know that they're probably going to get locked up after it's all said and done. That's if they survive it all. They're going to owe either the government back or either they're not going to get their money from the orange turd. That's just the bottom line. And if for them to think that they really got full immunity, they don't got shit. They out here committing crimes for this orange turd. But he said he liked the uneducated.
Late breaking news. ICE agents on Reddit are complaining that they have not received some paychecks and their health insurance. Yes, you heard me right. They are crying me a river. And let me tell you some of the comments. One ICE agent wrote, "Man, it's been 4 weeks since I have gotten paid." Another agent wrote, "It's been about 2 months, still waiting. Has anyone else had this problem receiving their health benefits?" MSS said, "They don't know how long it will take, but I have a sick daughter." And some of the comments that were written that they could not pay their rent, their mortgage, or even their car payments. And this last comment is a good one. Still didn't get paid for the base check. Oh well, unbelievable. There you have it. ICE agents complaining on Reddit that they have not received their benefits or some paychecks. Agents waiting to get paid and waiting for their health benefits.
There was a story that came out on international news that talked about ICE agents using Reddit to vent about not getting paid and not getting health insurance. Yeah, apparently they were promised their bonuses, as we all know, the 50K bonuses, and it hasn't materialized yet. And the money they got, they had to pay taxes on. So it says 10K, but part of that money goes to the government. So they really made 6K. And remember, they don't get the full 50K. They get it in segments. So the first year they get 10K, and then they get another 10K every year for the next 5 years. But if they quit, not only will they not get the rest of their money, they have to pay back the money they got, even if they had stayed 2-3 years. So if they stayed 3 years and made 30K and they quit, they have to pay back the 30K. But what gets me is another story talking about how an ICE agent is not getting health insurance. And then he has the gall to complain about not being able to take care of his daughter, his sick daughter, as he abducts people off the street, namely 10, 5, 2-year-olds, children, sons, daughters. The audacity. They honestly feel entitled to a good life after what they've done. Ruining lives. No, sir. Matter of fact, I hope you have the worst life. I hope your life is much worse than what it was before you became an agent. I hope you never find peace. I hope your daughter and your family members shun you. Most importantly, I hope you go to jail. All of you. And just following orders, I was just following orders. That's not going to help you. That's not an excuse. Ask the people who work for the mustache man. What happened to them? But I'm glad to see this. I'm glad that they're reaping what they sowed and realizing that they were conned. But I don't feel sorry for them because you still chose that job. They just preyed on your racism, your bigotry, your hatred, and your misogyny. That's all they did. They opened the job. You chose it. And now you can't leave. You're trapped. And there's no way out. Other than behind bars. That's your fault. Your life is over. And not a single soul feels sorry for you. That's the video. If you like what I talk about and you want to support me, go to my profile, go to my link tree, donate at least $1 to my Cash App, my PayPal, or my Venmo. 20% of that will go to Minnesota. Stay hopeful, trust your guts, and always know you're not crazy.
I feel so bad for them. Not.
Apparently, ICE agents aren't getting paid. So there is this forum on Reddit called ICE_ERO, or this subgroup, I don't know what it's called in Reddit terms, for current ICE agents, prospective applicants, or retired deportation officers to have discussion, to ask questions, whatever, right? And so this person on Facebook, Nosy for Real, she posted multiple screenshots from inside of the Reddit, and very interesting. The tea is always on Reddit. They are complaining about a number of things in this forum. I'm just going to give you a couple that I've seen. And number one is the sign-on bonus, the $50,000 bonus. They are discovering that it is not what they thought it was, and how the way that it's distributed, it's taxed so much that you don't even see half of it, and it wasn't even worth it. It wasn't even a real bonus because of how it was taxed. So they're not happy about their $50,000 sign-on bonus, okay? I saw another person say that they have been working for over a month and they have not received their first paycheck yet. Isn't that crazy? Imagine showing up to work. They're basically in their own little government shutdown. Showing up to work, probably quit your job to get to work for ICE to get the sign-on bonus, and you haven't even received a paycheck yet. And then I wonder if we can even afford all these new ICE agents that they're employing, that they're hiring, because we just saw that the big beautiful bill to give additional funding to ICE, they voted no. They voted no on additional funding. So is the budget there to pay all these people? Are we going to see a bunch of ICE layoffs pretty soon? Then there is another man in there complaining about the health insurance. He's also a new ICE agent. He's been working for a few months and he still has not got his health insurance card. He's been reaching out to, I guess, his manager to find out what's going on with his insurance, and there's no ETA. They don't know anything. And he says that he has a sick child that he cannot take to the doctor because he does not have insurance, or he doesn't have proof of it. And he's looking for insight on how long it took or what's going on, why he doesn't, what's going on. And it's funny because I actually know somebody told me that they are aware of some people who quit their jobs to go work for ICE. And it's like, look, everything that glitters isn't gold. Okay. And I could definitely see this going downhill. I can definitely see a bunch of ICE agents getting laid off, right?
Oh my God. Apparently, ICE agents aren't getting their payments.
I don't fuck with you.
They're complaining on Reddit. I'm fucking crying. They're complaining on Reddit that they're not getting paid. I fucking can't. Carmen's a bitch, guys.
Y'all want to hear some good news that'll make you smile? ICE agents haven't been paid. Donald Trump, his administration, has not paid his people. Shocker, I know. So there's a Reddit subgroup for ICE agents. So apparently there are ICE agents who have never been paid the whole time they've been working, nor have received the health insurance or gotten the 10K bonus, which if they read that fine print, they wasn't get that money up front. Am I shocked about this? Absolutely not. Because you mean to tell me this man right here, a guy who has decades, a long history of not paying for employees, contractors, or other small businesses that worked for him or worked with him at some point in time. Oh, and let's not forget, there are cities to this day where they had the Trump rallies and the Trump campaign office, Trump himself, never paid them. Where he had the rallies, they still haven't gotten the money yet. Now, let's give it 100. There are probably some ICE agents who know they're not getting paid. They're just evil. They want to be Gestapo for the love of the game. But yeah, man, racism is really expensive, huh?
Apparently, ICE agents are not getting paid. I don't know if this is true or not. And I'm hoping this was, people posing as ICE agents on Reddit. But apparently, there are ICE agents taking to social media platforms, written platforms, to say that they're not getting paid. Some of them are claiming they haven't paid in 6 months. Some of them are saying that the health insurance they were promised for themselves and their family hasn't been processed yet, and it's been months. And I honestly don't know if it's true. And apparently the $50,000 bonus is not given to them outright. It's factored into their paycheck. So it forced them into a higher tax bracket. So they're actually getting taxed more than they would have been had they not gotten the bonus, because the bonus is now being spread out amongst their paychecks that apparently they are not getting. And I can't say I feel bad for them. Y'all signed a deal with the devil, and y'all have been running around happy as all get out to drag people away from their homes and whatnot. And it's really unfortunate that this is what came of it. But if it is true, that is really sad. But this is what happens when your chickens come home to roost. Y'all have a great day.
That's what I'm saying, y'all. Look, Donald Trump ain't never hide who he really truly is. He ain't hide that. But I do take joy in this. You know why, y'all? I take joy because most of ICE are your Proud Boys, your KKK members, racist Latinos, So those are the people Donald Trump are screwing over. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. G. Bowman Jr., thank you for the 22-month membership. So, look, I just want to say, it seems like anybody that put their trust in Donald Trump always get screwed over. Asio, Grand Rising, Shalom, Yasserel, Yehuda, all El Aldonai, Yehuda. Okay, so protection blessing for your surgery, sister. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for always supporting my channel. I deeply appreciate you. I do. And may the Most High bless you in return. G. Bowman Jr., nothing new. Remember, ancient pharaohs and Caesars had paid Lita and police also. Yeah, look, the bottom line is, see, this is the result of putting your trust in Donald Trump. I tell you what, even if I was younger and could do the job as an ICE agent, I would never consider doing that, especially for somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't even pay his lawyers, y'all. Their lawyers, his lawyers will go in the courtroom, fight a case for Donald Trump, some mess he done got himself into. And when the case is over, go look online at how many lawyers got screwed over and got no pay from Donald Trump. Now, if he's going to do that to a lawyer, do you think he gives a shit about some lowly ICE agent on the street? He don't care about you. That's one thing about Donald Trump. He is definitely equal opportunity when it comes down to not paying folks. That's the one thing he is equal about, for real. All I got to say is if y'all walk away, unfortunately, there's some knuckleheads that would run and apply for that job again. So he probably got an endless cycle of idiots out here that will grab those jobs. So even if y'all walk away, they probably, because remember, I think they said they had over 100,000 people that applied for ICE. So if y'all walk away, they got a whole stack of idiots that are ready to step up to the plate. That's what they got. And they know it. They know it. So they'll just pick up the phone, go to that 100,000 plus stash, pull out some more applications, and call some idiots on the phone that will dive on that job and take it, not realizing they probably ain't going to get paid either. You know? And, in the media in this country, how come y'all don't bring this up? How come when Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller and even Donald Trump, how come y'all never question them on why they don't pay people, especially Donald Trump? Boy, y'all really don't do your jobs. If we weren't on social media bringing things out, things would not be brought out at all by mainstream news. It says a lot. So, y'all, this is what I have for you on this subject matter. And I thank you for being here. I guess the Proud Boys ain't so proud anymore. People were asking, what happened to them? Why are they so silent? No, they done took them ICE jobs. I know where they are. They done took up them ICE jobs. That's where the Proud Boys are. That's why you haven't seen or heard from them anymore. They got those ICE jobs. And they're the very ones that Donald Trump right now is screwing over. Serve your behinds right. So, y'all, this is going to be an interesting year. 2026 is going to be off the charts. Look at how this year started out for the Gentiles. Ooh, this is going to be juicy. Like True Royal says, this is going to be a juicy year. Yes, it is. So, y'all, I will see you later. I got another one coming up. We're going to talk about Shabuzi doing his acceptance speech for a Grammy he won, and he won it in country music, which comes directly from the slave field. And he stood there and said, this country was built by immigrants. And of course, he brought the place in an uproar. So we know these folks are always trying to erase our history. Everybody is trying, and it's literally every group is trying to erase our history. Every single one. So I will see you then. Y'all have a wonderful day. And I saw somebody was asking about my Zelle. My Zelle is my email. It's LEESA stories at gmail.com. I'll post it. So anyway, y'all, I don't, I don't know. And I saw another person said they couldn't get on to my stores. I got onto my stores just fine. So I don't know why it's not working for you, but you can go to my Etsy, and that is Lisa Crafts. I'll put that in there. .etsy.com. But I clicked on my links and each one took me to TikTok, Shopify, and Etsy. I did not have a problem. All right, y'all. I will see you later at 1:45. Shalom, family.